boys and girls, it's been all.
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the phone. Yeah. Huh?
Oh,
He's coming?
what
All right. Yeah. Yeah, 6. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Got you. All right. Look at that. We started off with a bang.
what a fucking start! Look at that. Now
It worked.
that's a first on Stern. Hey, are we gonna get you in trouble?
No, no, we good. We good here. Nobody's
All
in
right.
trouble.
We don't want to get nobody fired on Stirring the Pot. What a way to start, my friend. Tyler Jones, check this shit out. You, my friend, this is a tail end of a 5-week run. I've done 115. You are my 115th interview in a
Mm-hmm.
5-week run, my friend. I
That's
gotta
the
take
last.
that. I gotta smoke a cigarette because it's been a wild ride. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, Tyler Jones. What's up, my man?
Nothing much. You see, work. Work is up.
Uh, you got the
Yeah.
hoodie on. We're kind of in the
Oh
background.
yeah, my hair look crazy right now. I want to show y'all that I don't got no haircut or nothing. I'm looking bad. I'm not looking too sexy right now.
Hey,
It's been a
for the
little rough.
yeah, hey, for the ladies, we want to keep it hidden. That's fine. I can take that.
Yes, yeah.
You don't want to see this garbage.
Oh. Gotta keep the hat on. I wish I had a hat right now.
Mr. Tyler Jones, I want to start off with a very welcome. Thank you for coming in, talking to us, the fans. We like this kind of stuff, so I appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you. I want to get in touch with my fans, let them know more about me.
Yeah,
Can't be
because
selfish.
hey, I'm selfish too. Because I don't know a whole lot about Mr. Tyler Jones, and I'm glad that we connected. And what this does is give us a chance to the people that do know you get to know you a little bit more. But the people that never even, might have not seen you perform before, never heard your name, we get to introduce Tyler Jones to new people.
Definitely. This is the first. I was always interested in doing interviews as well. Like, you sit there, you watch your shoot interviews, and you're like, oh man, one day that's gonna be me. And today is me.
Wait, this is your very first interview ever?
Very first ever. Like, that's what I'm saying. Your last, my first. Look at that. We're
Yeah,
doing
baby.
something big here, man. Something big.
That's the shit I'm talking about. We moments in wrestling, and we're not even in the ring, my friend.
Mm-hmm. This is what it
Man,
all comes down to.
I might have to do a little devil's lettuce in celebration. Oh my goodness, this is really fantastic.
Oh, you should. We're gonna celebrate together one day, hopefully. All the sins. Devil's letters. That's where it's at, man. Hey.
We like to have fun on Stir in the Pot, my friend. Now, I'm from Connecticut. Where are you located at?
I'm in New York.
Ooh, in the city, my friend?
Yes, I am. Bronx, New York.
Okay, now that's a hot spot for a while now, and I'd really like to kind of simmer for a second and just reach out and say, you, your family, your friends, all of that good stuff. You guys are okay out there, right?
Yeah, we being safe. You got to carry your mask. I got my mask with me right now, but not on. I'm in the basement, like I said. Not too many people at work. It's just 2 of us right now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, around here we say, a PSA, a public service announcement. Wash your hands.
Hands, yes, definitely. Keep your hand sanitizer. Hold on, I got some with me right now.
Yeah.
Gotta keep your hand sanitizer. I'm running low,
yep.
but I got more in the bag. Gotta keep your hand sanitizer with you. Keep it clean. Definitely.
Absolutely. Now we've taken on something on Stir in the Pot. We wash our hands. We wash our ass, and then we wash our hands again. So you got to stay sterile, right?
Definitely,
and clean.
definitely.
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay, enough joking around. This is all about Mr. Tyler Jones as a wrestler, as a character. See where he started, maybe where he's evolved to. Maybe we'll find out his very first name in wrestling was like the Christmas creature, like Kane did back in the day. That would be fun. Uh, now, Mr. Tyler Jones, again, don't know a whole lot about you. I've seen you personally perform at PAPW, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling in East Haven, Connecticut. Love PAPW.
Definitely, I love that. I love the energy the fans bring.
Hmm.
Definitely is a definitely is a different feel, especially with like the smaller crowd and when it's all there. It's like you feel more like a family love, like it's family there.
It is so much fun because that crowd, it doesn't matter the size, if it's 20, 25, 30, 60, 70, because that place can get pretty packed in there. Like, I've seen
Yeah,
like
it can.
the
It
people in
definitely
there.
can.
Yeah. And it's a small area, but that intimate setting is what I love. I love that shit, you know? Uh,
That's like I'm so close to the fans. Like almost just
yeah.
as soon as I go out the ring, I'm right there next to the fans. It's like, oh, I can connect with y'all. I'm close to y'all. Y'all can see my pain, what I'm going through. So I just love that. Like I can reach out to y'all. It's almost like I can almost bring y'all into the match with me. When I
You
feel
know,
that energy, it's like yes.
that's the thing we talk about on this show. We love to figure out from each talented man and woman, both, we like to figure out that connection between you guys and girls and us because I like to call it a dance between the wrestler and the fan and the wrestler because that's something that's missing right now in the world of wrestling and everybody's kind of feeling it. So, with that being said, um, how long, first off, how long have you been in the game, my friend?
Ooh, I've been in the game not too long. I want to say about like two. I want to say I'm going on 2 years officially. Like
Wow. Okay, now, with that
2 to
being
3.
said, all right, we'll call it an even three just to say three, okay, right now?
All right, all right.
We'll say 3 years in the business and you're already feeding off of the fans, connecting with us, taking it to the ring, coming out with the curtain and feeling it already.
Yeah, it took a while. Like honestly, I didn't feel it as soon as I started working out. Like I first would go out and I wasn't always happy with my matches. I would walk back out and I'd be like, oh man, I could have did this. I could have been so much better. I could have brought more to it. But then it's like when you walk out there for the first time and it's just like you don't know what to expect. These people don't know you. You
Mhm.
don't know them. So you just gotta bring a different energy. It's like, all right, I don't know what they're gonna feed off. What do I gotta do? And then it's just like, all right, calm down, get your nerves together, and walk out. Do what you got to do. Like you got to be that person. Once the time comes, it's just like a switch. Something clicks, and when you walk out, it's like I'm not who I was when I was backstage nervous. I'm Tyler Jones now. Like I'm definitely a different person when I'm walking out.
Uh, I love that because, um, that switch that you men and women turn on and off, it's a difficult thing with everyday life going on. And they get there. That's why we go to forget shit, the bills and whatever's going on at work or home or whatever. And you guys and women, men and women, you do the same exact thing, but on the different side. And I love that about wrestling. We've already connected, and you guys haven't even come out of the curtain yet, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I always like that aspect too of like being able to become a different person. Like I don't gotta be whatever somebody think I am. Like when I'm walking outside or like I could go out there and be a tooth fairy if I want to. Like it doesn't matter. Like the only limit I have when I'm in the ring is myself, like my creation. Like whatever I want to do, like I should be able to do it. I could be anybody.
Oh, please, please, sir, tell us your very first gimmick was a tooth fairy. That would be freaking amazing.
It was not. It was not.
Oh, damn. Missed opportunity.
Definitely was. Definitely, I should have took the opportunity. Maybe we might see a tooth fairy comeback. We might see it. Who knows?
That would be awesome. Yeah. Oh, all jokes,
Tell the
all
Rock
jokes
we should
aside, though.
team up. We could both be a tooth fairy like together. Me and the Rock. I
Oh,
can see it
wow,
happening. I
wow.
can see it
You're
happening.
th-
The connection.
you're thinking big, my friend.
Yes, I am. We both tooth fairies here.
That would be something else. Now, uh, getting into the game, you know, getting your training in. Where did you start training? Because there's a lot of cool schools out there.
Oh, when I started training, it was all right. When I first got into wrestling, it was kind of hard. Like I didn't really know much. Like I was a basketball player at first. Didn't really, I watched wrestling, but like you couldn't really find anything. And at least for me, I couldn't really find anything in New York. I guess I wasn't trying hard enough. Then one day I was in the park and I was playing basketball and I met Sebastian Cage.
Get the fuck out of here! No way.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to him. I met him.
I love Sebastian Cage.
Yeah, I was playing basketball. He was there showing kids his video, and my friend told me he was like, "Yo, go talk to him. He's actually doing wrestling." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not about to go do wrestling." Like, I was like, "Nah, I'm not about to go check it out." Like, he's showing the kids. Like, I'm sitting here focused on basketball. And my friend was like, "Nah, yo, that's your dream. Go check it out." And then like he took me, like he dragged me and introduced me to him, like because they was cool. Then from there, he started bringing me to wrestling shows, and then like I met Joel Maximo. I trained under him for a little bit, and that's where I met Nick Payne. He told me he was doing some free trainings. Then from there, first day I walk in, I see him, Dre, just big beards, it's like you're a 16-year-old walking in, you're like, oh, I don't know, none of these people, there's a ring. I probably stretched for like 20 minutes before I even got in the ring. I was just sitting there stretching. I didn't want to touch the ring, like, oh, like I didn't want to disrespect anybody. Like I was like, damn. So I finally got in there, and it was like, you learn your roles, your bumps. And then from there, Nick took me out to PAPW. Then started training there for a little bit.
Wow. Okay. Now this is freaking amazing because just last night I did 4 interviews. Okay, or 3 interviews. I'm sorry. No, wait. Today's Monday, right? I'm so lost.
Today is Monday. Yes, it is.
Jesus Christmas. I am so lost. I did 4 interviews last night, and Nick Payne and Hakeem Ali, the House of Pain, they were my guests last night, and man, did we have fun. You're telling us, the fans, that you've been trained under Nick Payne?
Yeah, definitely. I was trained by Nick Payne. Hakim taught me how to bump. Had me sitting there for hours. Like I couldn't. Hakim had me in the ring bumping, and like I was sitting there bumping. He said, "You're gonna give me 5 perfect bumps in a row." Like, so I'm bumping. I'll get to 3, and I'll mess up. Got to start over again, and again. And it's just like, oh man. But training was always fun. Sometimes like you'll go through stuff, people won't be paying attention. It's like, oh, you got to do it again, and you see it. It's like, finally, let's fight. Like, I had fun. They taught me a lot.
Absolutely, very very smart man in the business, if you will.
Definitely are.
Now, if you could maybe share with the fans, because we don't get to, because hey, I'm not getting in that ring. I only weigh about 35 pounds, so there's no way I'm getting in there. Going through training, Mr. Nick Payne is very serious when it comes to the business, if you will, but he's also a jokester and a half. I know he is. Is there any look at you laugh. Is there anything that stands out you could share with us real quick?
That stands out. Let me try to think something that stands out.
Just a little joke that something happened with Nick Payne, a little prank or something stupid, because he's a funny guy, man.
There's a picture out there. We both have on wrestling masks. I know there's that. Oh, he slammed me through. We went through boxes together. We broke a table, and at our job once, that was wild. That one was crazy. Climbed the ladder. I went through the table. Yeah.
That is awesome. So now you've gone to PAPW. Is that the first place that you've really worked? The first promotion you've ever worked at?
The first one I would say is for Nick when I did the summer show for Empire Pro. When I did the summer show for them, that was my first show.
Okay.
I wrestled Dre, Big Daddy Dre. That was the first person I wrestled. And oh man, I remember had nothing but shorts, my basketball sneakers, and some knee pads. I was just like, went out there, wrestled in front of a bunch of kids. Even though like the match, like I don't know. Looking back, I haven't watched that match in a while, but looking back at it, it was a good experience. Like it was my first match. Like I think it's a little bit easier when you're in front of like kids, like because they go crazy for like a lot of things. So like you can't really like get to judge. Like you look at yourself, but like you still hear that fan noise, and you're like, Then you go out to like you get that new experience when you go out to PAPW, and it's like, okay, you're in a new environment. You don't know none of these people. You're in a different state. Here we go. Like let's see what we really can do. Like, are we gonna get the fans to react? Or like it's just like, man, Like is always nerve wracking. It's like you want the fans to react to what you're doing and like to show you that they're paying attention. Like I got you invested.
Mm-hmm.
Like you may have came here to see one person, but now you're leaving to see like me after that. Like I want to leave my mark. I want you to know who I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Because your gear, if you will, you have these tights. They're pretty flashy looking. You come out, you have a lot of charisma. We have fun. You have fun with the fans, and the fans kind of reciprocate that. And we felt that right when you kind of came out and started doing your thing, man. We really kind of jumped right on that train, you know.
Oh yeah. The crazy part about that is like at first I didn't know if I had that connection with the fans yet. It was just like I'll go out, you got your few fans, you here and there, they'll give you your fives. And then like you get in the ring and like maybe you'll do something and the fans is like, oh, and then like it's just like I want to get y'all involved, but like I want to get y'all involved. My sister was calling me.
That's all right. That's okay.
I want to get y'all involved, but at the same time it's just like, all right, I just don't want to mess up. Like I don't know which y'all are like, It's like you want to cater to your fans at the same time, but like you still want to be yourself. And it's just like, all right, I'm not like I like to dance, but like I always assume I'm a terrible dancer. Like I'll be like, oh, so maybe dancing won't be for me with the fans. Like I feel like I'm more of a talker. I can talk, or
Okay.
maybe like my facial expressions will connect. Like I'll bring that energy to you, like to make sure you're, yeah. There's different ways to connect.
Yeah, absolutely. And wrestling, that's the thing. That's a cool thing about it. It doesn't have to be one thing. It doesn't have to be the other thing. It could be a little sprinkle of something of this or something of that, and it really kind of still brings it all together, and we get with it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, definitely.
Now, when you're coming out and you're at the PAPW for the first time, I know your nerves are getting a little bit racked up, and the butterflies are kicking in. You're like, how are we going to respond to you and such and such? Now, I'll throw a hypothetical out, okay? Now,
Okay.
you come out, you want to be the baby face, the good guy, right? You
Okay,
want the
yeah.
fans to kind of bring you up and all of that. What if, hypothetically, you come out and there's nothing going on? What happens?
Ooh, like that's a little funny. Like I feel like that happened to me before, and it's like, do you stick to the plan, or do you like, all right, like let me cater them a little bit more? Maybe they boo me, and then like maybe that might open up a new side for you, like and bring
Mm-hmm.
out something out of you, and then you're like, oh, and now you got the fans heated, and like it's like, oh, we created magic here, baby. Now we're cooking with oil. Like it's something new. Like I feel like one of my matches that I felt like that definitely did happen. Like it's like you go through the motions and like you may forget a little bit of something, and it's like, all right. And now like the fans is boo, boo, all like now you're starting to boo me. And it's like, all right, I'm like, do I sit here and try to win y'all back and keep being this good guy? But like at the same time, y'all booing me, like, how are y'all not the bad guys? Like, like feel me? I'm out here trying my hardest and you're gonna boo me? Like, hold on. Like, I don't see you
That
stepping in this ring.
exactly. But you know what? That's what we do. We kind of we're weird like that, sir. It's so odd. The fans of wrestling, uh, bam, bam.
Yeah,
We
it's just like in and out. Like, oh man, I don't know. One day I may be on the person's side, like, or maybe it's just like that. In like a few seconds, he say something you don't like, and it's like, oh, and then it's right back to loving him again. Like, so like, oh, like fans, it's just so hard with fans.
uh,
But that's love,
now
man. It's all love.
absolutely. Now, how many matches have you had to date? Because you've only been in the biz a little bit right now.
Yeah, I only been in for a little bit. Match wise, let's see. I had a few singles here and there. I want to say I have around about 15, maybe
Okay.
15,
Mhm.
around about there. Maybe a little
Now,
bit less.
are you one to always look back at your matches to kind of pick apart and be your own worst critic? I would imagine, right?
At first, I was not, but like here's
Ooh.
why. Like I always used to think my matches were like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I always used to think my matches was bad. I was like, oh, so I'll be in the back. I'll just be sitting there like, could have did so much better. Like, and then like Nick would tell me like, yo, just fix your face. Like it happened here. Go back, fix it. Like it's like, all right. Like, now you're sitting there. Then like later on, I believe when I started tag teaming with Gino, I would go back and start looking at my matches, or maybe a little bit before that, I start looking back at my matches, and I was like, all right, I was finally able to like stomach sitting there and looking at myself like, all right, I can still do this move, or oh, I haven't did that in a while, like I didn't even know I did that, and it's just like, this is why I should be watching my matches back. Like I could put like there's little things I didn't notice or didn't think I did, and I did do. And it's like, all right, maybe I could do that more with the character. That was a little bit more character development instead of just focusing on the moves. Like,
Right.
you want your moves to be clean and crisp, but at the same time, you want to be a character or like something people can relate to, like where they can reach out. Whether they love you or hate you, they still going to be like, all right, it's something like I could grab onto. Like my mind is there. Like I understand who this person is. Like, and that's why I love him or hate him. Or her,
Yeah.
him or her. You don't want to
Yeah.
be,
But that's a big part of it, because we could have two athletes in the ring really doing some cool stuff. But if we're not feeling that emotion thing of like one is really getting the shit kicked out of them, let's help them come back, or let's boo the bad guy and stuff, and you're not giving us that, then it's just a couple people rolling around in the ring, might be doing some cool shit, but we're not
definitely.
taking that ride,
It's like when you watch certain matches, it's like you can feel that too. Like with Rock and Hogan, if you go back and watch that match, it's nothing but energy and like character. Like they're probably not the best wrestlers, but like, hey, like they're giving you a show right now. But like then you'll see like a technical match, and it's just like, oh, and you're not feeling it because like they're in there getting down and dirty, like they're doing moves like you've never seen before, putting people in different holds, and it's just like,
Right.
like I don't feel it because I don't know who these people are. Like it's impressive, I'm impressed, but it's just like they didn't get me invested. Like, but
Now,
at the end of the day, it's all the same. Like we're all the family together here. Like you gotta love
it,
both of them.
it is because we talk about character. I love character and storyline that goes with said character. Now, I've seen you you've already mentioned, one Gino the God, if you will. And
Mm-hmm.
now, I don't
My
know.
boy. That's definitely my
I know.
guy. Shouts out to Gino the God. A
I
sexiness,
know.
perfectly sexy, one half.
hmm Now, I've known Gino for a little bit now, back at a couple different promotions, if you will. And I've only been around for like 2016, okay? So I
Okay,
haven't been
okay.
around a whole long time. But he was doing this wiggle thing, and I just wasn't
This is
getting it.
it's
Okay, okay,
been it's been there for a while, man. I'm
I
going
know.
strong with those wiggles. That is my boy. The
So
wiggles
the Wiggles was going on. It was himself and Sasha Jenkins for a bit.
Jenkins.
That's where
This
I
was
first
before
started
me.
seeing.
Yes, this is definitely before me.
So, and I know even before that, there was a
Fact.
Nutrius X was in
X,
there somewhere.
yes.
Okay. Now let me fast forward again. Now Gino and Sasha, something happened, wrestling, and then now Gino the God comes back out, and he's a singles wrestler at PAPW. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
He comes out and he's doing his wiggle thing. I looked at my dad and everybody is cheering him. They love Gino the God at PAPW. Now, I look at my dad, I take my dad to all the shows, and I go, I'll be damned if I'm gonna give him some adulation for that stupid ass wiggle. My dad goes, you're gonna get yourself killed. I go, I think I'll be all right. So I've got my camera out. Here comes Gino out of the curtain, blah, blah, blah. The crowd pops. He's doing his thing. Here comes a wiggle. I go, get that damn stupid wiggle out of my face. That, my friend, has started a relationship between me and Gino the God. Every time he comes out, he goes, I know you like the wiggle, and gets all up in my shit. And I go, get out of here with that wiggle. And it is a ton of fun. Holy crap, is it a ton of fun. I have
See, like you didn't even know it, and now you're a part of the show. Like, yeah, you're a part of the show and didn't even know it. Like,
oh
see,
god.
that's the amazing thing about wrestling. Like, everybody's having a good time. It shouldn't be a dull moment.
And no, man, and I know where to draw the line as a fan. I don't break that bubble between fan and wrestler. I might at times with certain people I might push my limits, but
Like,
you
it's
know,
cool.
I
Like, I feel like fans, as fans, Well, as wrestlers, like we might need a little bit of that, like because you don't know, like sometimes like you doing that and showing like where it's like, all right, I'm not going too far. Like it sets an example like for other fans as well. Or maybe where you do might go a little bit too far, and then like you have the wrestler back you down, and it's like, oh, this wrestler is about it. Okay, I know that guy, no problems. Nope.
Uh, so yeah, we myself and Gino the God have an odd relationship. It's okay, but it's a little odd right now. But my whole point of all of that rambling, sir, I just wanted to give you a little history. Um, you have come in PAPW and you have teamed up with Gino the God, and you're a part of that whole. That's a cool ambiance thing because the fans really love him. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, the fans, how you got hooked up with Mr. Gino the God, and how you got connected like that as a tag team in PAPW, and now you're really rolling with it.
So we first like through training with Nick, you get cool. I got cool with Gino. He's taught me a lot of things as well. Help me along the way. Like definitely a cool guy, like in and out the ring. And then like you have it. I had my one of my first matches with him, like along around a little. Whoa, can't even get my words right. Along the road, I had a match with him, and then like after that we sat down.
Hmm.
Usually after shows you sit down, you have a little dinner, and then we talked up like, hey, like I'm picture perfect. You're the god of sexy, maybe that could be a thing. We might have something here. Like we talked it up, you hear here and there, you talk it up like, yo, Gino, we could do this. And finally, like one day we were sitting there and we was just like, let's do it. And I was like, all right. So we finally went down. We went and got fabric to make to get the tights made. And then that's where we was like, all right, we're definitely doing this, and it took off from there. This is like I felt like it was going to be a good thing anyway, because like when we were sitting there thinking of brainstorming names, and it's like perfectly sexy came to mind like as the first thing with me. I was like, that right there should be our name, perfectly sexy. Like, and like on my whole thing, I wanted for it to be a little bit of a joke where it's like you ever watch SpongeBob and Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. I wanted to have
Yeah.
our entrance be like, he is perfectly sexy. The other one is the god of sexiness. Together they are perfectly sexy. And like we come out with rings and combine them. Maybe that might make a comeback, but like definitely like that's something I wanted to do. Like perfectly sexy is a thing. Like I have fun teaming with him. Um Wiggle all the way, baby. I like Wiggles is there. I gotta get a little bit more on point with my hips, but Wiggles is getting better. Definitely we taking this tag team division by storm right now. We're gonna
Yeah.
rack up some more.
Mhm.
Like the fans love us. Like
They
I love the
do.
fans. We love the
Yeah.
fans.
It's got to be really fun though, as a young guy in the game, because uh, a young guy in the game and a guy that's been in the game quite a bit. Sometimes, and I'm not, I don't slight anybody or say that I've talked to anybody that
Oh,
has
that's
lost
it.
an
He's
interest.
saying you bringing us down. I don't like this energy you're bringing. You trying to say we're gonna
No,
break up?
no, no,
Trying
no,
to say
no, no,
what's going on here, man? What's going
no,
on? You
no,
trying to say you don't see us lasting? Nah, we're a team. I love
no,
Gino.
no,
That's
no,
my
no. Oh,
guy.
I would never drive a wedge through you and Gino the God because you're having so much fun right now. My point is, though, uh, the passion that a young guy in the business is almost the same as some of the older guys in the business. They still carry that passion all the way through their career. And I love talking to the younger guys because they're just a tad more passionate because
Yeah,
they just got in the game. You
we
just got the
hungry.
training.
We hungry
Yeah.
lions out here. We want it. Like it's not that we want it more than them. It's just like we want it just as bad, and like we're willing to make the mistakes that they probably won't make, or like they know better than to do. Like sometimes we just got to take risks, and it's like as
Mhm.
an older person, like you might not take that risk due to other things you experience. Like as a young person, like you got the world ahead of you. That's how I feel. And like
Go,
so we
go,
just
go.
looking. Like everything is go. Everything's a green light. You got to go. Like that's how man. Like that's how I'm saying. Wrestling really took me far. Like it took me places I didn't think I was gonna go. So I'm just happy to be wrestling. Like even within the short time I've been like to other places, and I'm just happy. Like
Yeah.
it's a different feeling when you're in that ring. Like different
But you
feeling.
know what? You connected with a good guy, my friend, because Nick Payne, he's a little rough around the edges, if you will, when he comes out and he does his thing. But I'm telling you, and obviously I'm not telling you, something you don't know. But he's such a great guy and will pass that knowledge and really help, that younger generation out. He's not afraid to spend
Nah,
time.
he's not like that's why I owe a lot to that man. I gotta thank him. Like he really took the time and told me like, he didn't want nothing out of my pockets. Some wrestlers like you'll go out there, you'll be training and like you're paying for training and you're not really getting the training you desire or you want. You're not getting that attention. And it's just like, all right, I'm hitting here with a bunch of other people. It's probably paying as much as me or a little bit more, and then like they're getting on shows, they're advancing, and it's like I'm staying stagnant. Nick went and took me and like he put me in a different place. Like it's all of like I had to be willing. Like I was willing to wrestle. Like he said, listen, like it's not a ring. It's some like it was basically like the hard style, like the dungeon. You got your mats on the floor. He said, listen, I got some mats on the floor. Like depending on how bad you want it, I'll be in there. I'll help you train. Like I'm not afraid to help you. Like he said, it's just all I've got to make sure is like you want it. I was like, all right, I'll show up. And like it was me. You got your few friends. Like your friends show up. They show up like that first week. That second week, a few days. That third week, they not even there no more. But then, like, a few months later, they're like, all right, I'll come one day. And then, like, they'll never show up. Like, you see people come and go and, like, you're still there. And, like, that makes you happy. Like, you're starting to progress. And then, like, when you could start teaching other people things and pass on a little bit of the knowledge, that feels amazing. It's like, or, like, when you could call, like, all right, they'd be like, yo, come here. I need you to help me teach somebody this. Or, like, it's just like, yo, I'm down. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I'm down. Wrestling, what? I'm down. Down for it.
Now, you started a singles competitor. Gino's
Yes, I
been a
did.
singles competitor. And then now you've come together as a tag team. Now, I know you're aware of Nick Payne, Hakeem. They make a tag team. They started as singles wrestlers themselves. They came together. The very first match, they were like, you know what? This is clicking really good. And now look at them. They're the House of Pain.
Pain,
Now,
yes.
I'm not saying that it could. I mean, I am saying it could happen with Gino, but do you feel that really nice chemistry when you guys first started getting in the ring together?
Yeah, we definitely, like, I don't know. I feel like he was able to teach me things. And then, like, when I get in there with Gino, it's like he gives me energy as well as the crowd. Like, I'm able to look in my corner. I can see Gino. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, I just got to get to him. Then it's like he also is cheering me on. And then, like, when I get to the back, he's also like, even when I'm down on myself, I'm like, ah, damn. He's one of those guys like, hey, like, yo, don't worry. Like, it's going to be another time. So, like, you just like, me and Gino is a different energy. Like, together, it's like, woo. Like, it's always fun. Like, I don't have a dull moment with Gino. Like, no matter what we do, whether we playing Tekken, talking wrestling, it's never a dull moment with that man.
I name each episode differently, and this one's going to be called.
Oh, I got it. It got to be super long because it's the ending show, so it got to be the perfectly sexy, stirring up the pot, hotness of greatness. And we got other words. You got some more words?
I do, but I gotta fit your name in there somewhere, sir.
Oh, okay. You're right. All right. Damn.
I'll come up with a long one for you though. Perfectly, and it'll be all one word. We won't even space it all out.
All one word, capitals. I want emojis in it. We'll have explanations. We'll have all of it. It's the last show. I wish I had some confetti to shoot off.
Hey, that's okay though. I appreciate the thought, man. Now PAPW, they got a lot of good men and women in there, and I am telling you, man, between the Paul Roma thing and Mario Mancini, Paul Perez, and Big Steve Tracy, then not only that's running the show over there, but you've got all of these great wrestlers that are on there, veteran and young, like yourself,
definitely do.
coming up. Now, coming into that environment, because there's such a mixture of age range, if you will, it's got to be nice though, knowing that you're not like one of the only young guys in there and stuff, right?
Oh, that is nice, knowing I'm not the only young guy. And then, like, it's also like it's not scary, but it's just like you got to keep in back of the mind, like, it's somebody younger than you that wanted a little bit more. So, like, it keeps you on your toes, like, and then you got to also remember you're not going to always be young. So, like, you're like, oh, man, like, you on. But it's always fun to be young. Like, I'm enjoying this time while I'm young, getting the knowledge from the older guys, and then getting this experience, like, with the other younger guys, talking to them, Like, or sometimes, like, I don't know, I might be a little bit quiet when I get backstage, but it's not like a thing. Like, it's just like, I'm focused, like I'm lasered in. I'm like, oh man, I
Mm.
don't know. Or that's maybe that's just me. I'm a quiet person. I sit there, unless you know me, like I'll talk. This is cool. Like we talking here, like you getting to know me.
Yeah,
So I don't want
yeah.
people to think like, yo, he wears a mean mug and he's mean. Like if you probably see me, like if you don't see me wrestling, like you probably think I'm mean. Like you're like, oh, his face. Like why is he angry? Like nah, I'm not
Yeah.
angry. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. You can approach me. I'm an approachable guy.
Now you're in the Bronx area. You have
Yes,
to
I
come up to
am.
East Haven. So, are you driving up with Nick and
I
who are you
am.
driving up with?
I drive up with Nick and Hakim, and then there's me and Gino in the back, and then you may have sometimes your Angel or your Nutrius X. I mean, Nutrius might have your Nutrius or Sasha. And it's like, okay, then like you got your different podcasts going on, maybe some music, jokes, laughter. It's all fun, like on that road. Maybe we should have our own podcast when we on the road.
Well, that would be a fantastic idea
Yeah,
because
that
what I'd like to do is maybe is there a road story because you guys do a lot of them, a lot of drives. Is there a road story that you can maybe share with us real quick? Maybe funny, haha. Look at you laugh. There's got to be something.
nah, cause like I don't know,
Come
all right,
on.
I got it. Cause a lot of things happen on like I'm the kind of the butt of the joke. Maybe I guess like I don't mean to be, but like it just seems to happen. So, one time, let's see, like what happened while on the road. I guess like all right, the back and forth, well, not even the back and forth, or just on the road with Hakim is a thing.
So
That
is it like
man,
a continual kind of cutting a promo on each other kind of thing? Is that what's going on?
it's not like cutting a promo. This man, I
Oh,
love Hakim. Hakim is a great guy. I'm not. That is.
have you ever heard him rap? Have you ever heard him rap?
No, I didn't, but I have. I want to hear him rap. I want. I
Yeah.
want this to happen. I needs to hear it. I feel like he got features with Nas. He knows some good rap dudes. Like, and I've heard this. So like, when you hear stories like that, and you just like you look at Hakim and it's like, and he looks back at you and he's like, "What? What you looking at?" I'm like, "Oh man, like I don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble. Like Hakim, like come on, man. Like,
I,
but he's a cool dude.
again,
Like,
yeah, I had them guys on last night, and I asked him about him being a rapper, and he's like, "There's no such thing," and all of this
that
stuff, and
that I feel
yeah,
like that is the thing. He could be a rapper. He might be a
he's
rapper.
blowing it off. Yeah, he's
Oh,
just totally blowing it off.
he's definitely a rapper. We're gonna find
Oh,
this. Me and you. We're gonna find this. We're gonna find it.
uh,
Find out his rap
having
name.
having a lot of fun in your young career. It looks like Mr. Jones.
Yes, I am. Like I don't know. Like I'm having fun because like I'm on the road and then like it's just like you get to experience things like you didn't get to experience. So like one of my times traveling, I had to go out to Maryland. Didn't get somebody to drive me, so like I had to travel out there on my own from train to train to train. So I get
Oh,
out there and it's just like, all right, I gotta stay focused. Like, all right, you got your music bumping and you're like, all right, next stop. All right, what's that? Look up. Nah, all right, that's not the next stop. Keep looking, and then you get off. You see all these different people. You want to ask for directions, but like, you don't want to bother nobody. So, but that was one of my first times. Like, I went out there with a game plan, and then the game plan just went that whole morning. Like, just one thing on top of another. It's like, all right, I gotta get out there, and I don't got much time. I gotta start hurrying. Like, I get out there and it's just like nerve wracking. Like you're the only wrestler. You're out there by yourself. Like you don't know nobody. Probably just a promoter, which you barely know. He like you got in contact. Like fans voted for me to get into. Like that's what made like where like like you have your doubts if you want to do something. That was one of the times like that made me sure I wanted to be a wrestler. Like I was able to get enough votes to be into like a tournament, and it's just like all right, I'm gonna do this. Like
that's
this. Like
awesome.
I got enough votes for that, and I made it into that tournament. And like, all right, it's like how I'm gonna get out there, and like I made it out there, and it's like, all right, how I'm gonna get back home now? Like, then you meet some nice wrestlers who be like, yo, I'm willing to drive you this far, get you here, there, they help out. I was just mad they didn't have no chicken and waffles. False advertisement, don't do that. I love chicken and waffles, and if you false advertise chicken and waffles, I will come and hunt you down. That's it. I love chicken and waffles, man.
Oh man, uh, Mr. Jones, you're a fun spirit, my friend. I am so glad that I got a chance to meet you because we don't really talk outside the ring or haven't, maybe once or
Yeah.
twice or
Yeah,
whatever.
a few times, like you have your like quick little moments. Like I remember one time you told me to guide somebody eyes out next time, and I was like, all right, I gotta take that advice. It's like, all right, cool. Like that, like even like you may not know it, but like that may make wrestlers feel good. I know it makes me feel good. Like whether I have good matches, bad matches, if a fan was able to say something to me and like that means they was paying attention. Like that means like yo, they want to see more. Like I'm like, all right, like I gotta
Yeah.
adjust my game.
uh, Now I noticed because on your face page, if you will,
Hmm.
there's no Tyler Jones page.
There is not. I got to get on that. I'm a slacker. I wouldn't.
Oh,
We gotta have our like things. Like my thing is like I want to focus on the wrestling. I'm like I'm not too good at promoting. Like I'm not a promoter. Like where I'm like I'm
mhm.
real. You get your flyers. You gotta send them up. Do your thing. It's just like where it's like I'm not like I'm not that person. Like I have like troubles. Like it's like keeping up with everything. Like you like all right. I gotta be this person. Then I gotta be this person. Then I gotta be this person. Then I gotta be this person. Like, all right, sometimes maybe one day I might respond the wrong way as Tyler Jones, and I'm meant to be like, I'm meant to be me. Like, I just want to still be me sometimes. Like, but everybody gonna know I'm a wrestler, so like, I feel like, but I'm gonna get on that. Definitely start a fan page. Definitely
Uh,
something I have to do.
Now, I'd like to tell a story, but it involves your first real name. Can I use it? Is that
Yeah,
fine?
you can. That's fine. That's not.
Okay.
Hey,
Now,
it's all kayfabe here, baby.
boys and
It's not my
girls,
real
check
name
this shit.
either. Let's go.
This is this is a true ass story. Now, I wanted to reach out to Mr. Jones, and we wanted to do a little something. Or I corresponded with footage. That's right, from some
Yes, yeah.
PAPW stuff,
He has some
and I
video.
kept calling him. Now his name is, am I saying it correctly? Pika, Pika.
Yes, Pika, like Pikachu or Peekaboo,
Okay.
like it's definitely Pika.
Now, the issue with that is his profile page. He's got this nice little pink furry jacket on that he was using in wrestling. And I swear, I swear I saw Pinka. And I've been calling this poor guy Pinka over and over and over. And he's like, yeah, my name is not Pinka, it's Pika. And my ring name is not Pika, it's Tyler.
like I'm like I'm not too like big on names. Like you, as long as you could like recognize me, I'll like we'll get a chance when we talk. I can tell you my name. Like just be cordial about it. Like I know you don't mean no disrespect by it, but I got a funny story about my name. So like remember
Oh,
when I first said I met Sebastian Cage? So we're all playing basketball, and his friend was trying to say my name, and he's like, "What's his name?" And like everybody kept telling him like, "Yo, his name Pika. His name is Pika." Then he goes, Teacup? His name Teacup? And then ever since then, whenever I see Sebastian Cage, he has to remind me, be like, Teacup! Like, so I'm
that's
Teacup to
awesome.
him. That is my name, Teacup.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah,
Can
then
we
like
change?
we
Oh, go
started
ahead.
flipping that into my actual name, like my wrestling name, like, oh, I'm Tyler Jones, so I should be Teacup, come out with a shirt with a big T and a cup. Like we was playing around with it.
Uh, could we change the name from a really long name to Teacup?
To Teacup, let's get it. That's it. I like it. Teacup. Teacup.
That's awesome. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
teacup.
Mr. Jones, you're such a delight, man. I love having you on tonight. This is amazing.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I was like a little nervous, but then I was also excited. It's like, oh, what is he gonna ask me or do? Can I ask him some questions? Like I'm gonna ask him some questions.
Hey, yeah, come
Maybe some
on.
people don't know, but you play guitar. Is that true? You play some
Yeah,
guitar here.
I do play guitar because on this show specifically, I talk
Hmm.
about the correlation that I feel music and wrestling are really very,
Oh,
very similar.
I like this. I like
Oh,
this. I feel like
yeah.
I really got into rock bands and like different music through wrestling. Like, Kane would come out to, your different songs and like it's like, oh man, like then you hear a band and like you didn't hear it from
Yeah.
wrestling, but now you listening, it's like, okay, you got your Alice in Chains, your Slipknots, and you're like, oh, just jamming in like, ooh, like And then like, you know, you got certain friends you just can't bump that around. You're just looking like, oh man. It's like, only if y'all knew, man. Like I'm listening to some Paramore right now. What? Nah, yeah, yo, I definitely love some rock music. Like maybe one day I might start my own rock band. Definitely get that together. So like
Nice.
maybe like you could teach me how to play guitar one day. Like this could be a thing, or you could be in the rock band.
No, do it. Woo, it's been a while, but I can get back on that train, you know?
Definitely. So how does it feel to be a fan? Like when you're watching, like what's certain things like you want to see in a match? Do you look for more of a story-based match? Or are you looking for a technicians match, a high flyers match? Like what's going through a fan's mind? Like,
Well, because we all have different flavors, you know. Look at the WWE, the Impact, the AEW, New Japan, you know, ROH. They all have different flavors, if you will. So fans, we all have different flavors and what we watch and stuff. But my first match, sir, 1978, there's two matches that I remember. Bob Backlund versus Cowboy Bob Orton. Bob
okay, a
Backlund was
Bob Backlund
champion.
match. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is a Bob Backlund match. That
Yeah,
sounds technical. It sounds like it'd be a
yeah.
technical match right there.
I
Crossface
love
chicken
the
wing.
technical stuff. I definitely love the technical stuff. But then another match that stands out is Tito Santana and Ivan Putski as tag team champions going against the Wild Samoans with Lou Albano by their side. And let me tell you the story that they tell, especially with Lou Albano outside. Holy crap.
Okay. Let's hear this.
Wow.
This is
So myself, I love characters and I love storylines. And as long as you're doing well in that ring, that's just a big bonus for me because I know it's wrestling, but I love storylines and characters. I'm big on that.
mm-hmm.
So when
Okay.
I see, you know, you come out, you're flashy, we're dancing with you, if you will. Now you got the wiggle thing going, which I personally don't care for, but others do. But you're having fun with us, and that's what I latch on to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel where you're coming from. Like, um, so as like people may not know, but you lived through like wrestling, like you really got to experience like as your example through your first two matches, and then
Mm-hmm.
getting to see the product now, like you get to see wrestling evolve. Like through the
Mm-hmm.
changes, this is some things you wish you could go back to, like where wrestling could go back to like progress back a little bit and maybe be towards this style, but maintain some of the new style. Like where would you want to do with wrestling? Like what's
You
your
know, the style per se, I don't mind the evolution of wrestling because it has to continue to evolve. And in all honesty, there's really no end. And that's one of the correlations. The guitar neck, you can never learn it all. Same thing with wrestling. You can't really learn it all because there's so
So
much to
many,
learn,
yeah.
you know?
Even if you learn
Uh,
one move, like you can still learn different ways to do it, and like it's endless.
exactly. So, with that being said, I don't think I would want to revert or maybe change styles or say, you know, all of the flippy do stuff, the modern day stuff, I'm not all of that into, so let's eliminate it. No, no, no. I say continue the evolution. Let it flourish. Let it do what it's going to do because it's
Mm-hmm.
going to do it anyways. But what I would like to see come back on a regular basis is managers that really stick out. And I know they're not supposed to take away from the wrestlers, but I love a great manager.
I feel like we're definitely missing great managers. Like right now, we like even on the independent scene, you may see one or two managers, and then like
Mhm,
not to knock them, like they're doing their thing, or but maybe like they're not connecting as much. Like it's little
mhm,
things coming in as a manager. I don't think you just got to stand there. Like nah, it's more you can do. You can actually like I feel like you have more time than the wrestlers actually have time to connect with the fans. Because while I'm in there doing my thing, you should be out
mhm,
there either hyping me up or knocking that next person down that's beating me up. Whereas
mhm.
like and then like it's whether we're good guys, you should be either getting the fans on my side or they're gonna hate us. And if they can hate us, oh man, your range is limitless. Like you
Oh
throughout the
yeah.
whole match, you just gotta talk to the fans. Like and then depending on like what your character is, like, oh man, like so that's what I'm saying. We're truly definitely missing some good talents as manager. I definitely want to have a manager. If
Mm.
anybody out there you see this video, we're looking for managers and perfectly sexy. We're looking for a manager.
Wow.
Applications hit up me or Gino or Sasha.
Mhm.
We're looking for managers. Or maybe like you could be a manager now. Then later on, maybe we don't know. There might be a little side thing. I mean, maybe you might manage a little just Tyler Jones. Nah, maybe I can't do that. I wouldn't. Come on, man.
I,
I wouldn't let that
I would.
happen.
Hey, I would love to hype you guys up. I would even maybe learn the wiggle, but I'm not taking no bump. I'll tell you that. I'm not taking no bump. I'm a very skinny vessel,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. We'll protect you. We'll keep you. If we just got to see it wiggle. We just got to see it wiggle one time. At the end of the night, that's what we're gonna do. That to end off this amazing night, that's what we're gonna do. We're both gonna wiggle.
Get the hell out of here!
We're
You're gonna
both
make
gonna
me
wiggle.
wiggle.
Wiggle. That's the only way to end this show. We're gonna cap it off with a big wiggle. Send everybody home happy.
Oh my God! Hey, you're letting me call the episode Teacup. So I mean, I can't bitch too much, you know.
Hey man, that's true. That's true. Teacup. That's it's funny. Like that's how. Like honestly, that's how I know Cage is around. You hear Teacup, and it's like, all right. Like, and it was also like that's the crazy part. One of the times I was wrestling and getting to see him, like again, like I haven't seen him in a while. It's been a while, like then finally reconnecting and seeing each other on the road, and it's like, oh, like you see me when I was me. You didn't get to see me as Tyler Jones. Now, like now you see me, I'm out here, like we on the same show, like really, like you guided me to get here, like. So I gotta thank you for that too, like.
It's got to be really cool because you've talked about Sebastian Cage, you've talked about Nick Payne, and they both have been in PAPW. Nick more is a mainstay than Sebastian is. He's been there a couple times.
Yes,
But man, just having that flow of knowledge and love passed down to you just between those two guys alone, and being able to be on the same stage, the same event on the same night, man, it's got to be, pretty cool for one Tyler Jones.
Nah, it was definitely cool. Like, and then like again, it's times like where you get to wrestle, like the person that trained you, and like I definitely want to get in the ring with Nick Payne again. Like, it's just like it's a magic. Like, it's a different experience. Like, even like when I started out, and like you just having like a warm up match, or you just having like a pre match with somebody, and like I felt the energy build up where we started off light. Like, it was like, all right, he's trying to like get me into the character. Like, this when you first started training out. All right, I guess it's like a training story. Sorry for the rambling, but like.
No, please.
We're training, and like so we was training, and like we start off the match. Like I'm joking around, like I'm happy, like I'm just happy to be in the ring. I'm joking. He's like, all right, I'm gonna be in character, so I need you to get ready. Like it's like, all right, cool. Do what you gotta do. I'm still be happy. I gotta play the baby face, so might as well have fun while I'm doing it. I'm happy. I'm doing my little wiggle. So we lock up, and like you feel the lock up. It's a strong lock up, and like do your little moves. Like all right, you get your ones and twos, you get your ups and downs, and then like you go back in like. Now the match is starting to pick up. He gets me in the hold. I get him in the hold. He switches. Now the match is speeding up. And it's like, it started off as a practice match. And now it's turning into like, we have fans here in our heads. And like, we're into it. And like, he gives me an intense snap suplex. Like, I hit the floor hard. Like, I hit that mat. Boom. And I'm like, woo. Like, you feel it all throughout your body. And it's like, you get the little tingle. And it's like, 1, 2. Do I kick out? Do I kick out? Oh, keep going. You get another move in. And it's like, all right. But like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain people you feel like you feel the energy with. Like some people you may not match well with, but like you can still maybe get a good performance out of them. But then there's some people where it's like, oh yeah, when we get in there, it's gonna be something. Like even where it's like to the part where I mess up, I can still trust you. Like you gotta trust everybody. Don't get me wrong. But it's like to the point where I know it's still gonna maybe like something good is gonna come out of it. It's like a different experience. Like I could trust him to cover me up. Like where it's like. It won't be the mistake. Like I don't know if he feels the same, but that's how I feel. Like I'll be like, oh man, I'm in the ring, I'm happy. Like and certain people you just get that feeling with, and like I feel like if any wrestler could tell you that, like they get that feeling with people like when you're close with them. Like definitely, I'm close with Nick, so I feel like that's maybe one of the reasons we got that like feeling together. Like people don't know that like Nick is the man. He's done a lot for your boy Tyler Jones here, wrestling wise, to talking like being like a mentor. Like that man has helped a lot. Helped me get one of my good jobs where I was working in the center with him. Got to shout him out for that. Definitely helped me get there. That's what I'm saying. Like he looked out. Like that's a good dude. Like and it's rare. Like not rare, but like you will meet some people that's good dudes. Some that's not good dudes out there. So I gotta thank Nick, Sebastian. They took me in with open arms and like they wasn't just like blowing smoke up my ass. Like saying, oh yeah, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Like you're gonna be this. Like they was like, nah. They kept it straight with me. Try to get me to places as best as they could. Like, they helped me get into my dream. And like, I got to do the rest from here. Like, they can only help but so much. Like, I got to do the
Right.
rest now. Like, they not in that ring with me, but I feel them there when I'm in that ring. Like, I'm happy, yo.
That's awesome, man. Mr. Jones, the way you speak of the both of those, there's a lot of love going on, and that's another thing. Your question to get another part of your question answered. The love in wrestling is something like in no other
Yeah, it's a
sport
different
or
bond.
anything.
Like, it's I can only compare it to like a family bond because, like, you know, that's something where you feel real close. Like, because like as a family bond, like you start up, like, you know, it's like almost installed into you. It's like, all right, this is
Hmm.
family. This is person. All right, they gonna treat me right. I'm gonna treat them right. Like, then, like, you know, you go out there, you're in the open world now, and it's just like somebody's coming in with open arms instead of trying to, like, you know, knock you down, telling you can't do it, and like they bringing you up, and it's just like, yo, like, how can I not sit here and say I don't love this person? Like, you know, they done so much for me. Like, they want to see me
Yeah.
be a bigger and better person. Like, they trying to help me get to the part where I want to be at. Like, I feel like
Yep.
they see a better me than what I see myself now. So like, I gotta
Hmm.
achieve that. And like, you know, you gotta do the best for you, but like at the same time, you don't want to let those people down. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, yo, they did so much. Like, I gotta do this. Gotta knock down some walls, man.
Well, we talk about representation of where you come from. May it be, a company specifically. So I'll use, you've been frequenting PAPW. I had Slick Wagner Brown on the show, and he runs Tessa Strength Wrestling
Mm-hmm.
and East
I
Hartford.
actually
And
did
man,
one show out there. I have one. I definitely want to get back out there again.
yeah,
Hopefully, all this is done.
yeah,
I want to be everywhere, man, wrestling. But like, I like that's what I'm saying. Like, where it comes down to things, like where you as a wrestler, like if you like you might go out there, you have one bad performance, and that might discourage you from like maybe trying again or maybe going back to that. Like, you left a sour taste in your mouth because you did bad. Like, man, the fans is not on your side. But like, you shouldn't let that knock you. Like, and that's why I like, you know, as a person, like you gotta grow up and learn that. Like, I gotta stay focused. Like, sure, maybe this wasn't my best, but I'm gonna go out there again and show them my best. Like, all right, maybe I didn't get them this time, but I gotta do it again. Show them,
mhm,
and like maybe slowly you build them up. Maybe that's not for you. Then like, you know, but at the same time you get that experience. Like, whereas you're gonna
mhm,
learn. Like, not everywhere is gonna be perfect. Not everywhere they're gonna love you. The ropes is not the same. The ring is small. You have your ups and downs. Like, it's all this that. At the same time, when you get in that ring, it's all the same. It's a
it is.
square. You and the other person's in the ring, and y'all got a story to tell. And then, you feel me? At the end of the day, you want to make your fans happy.
Hmm. And
It's wrestling, man. I love it. I love it. Like, it's different from anything else. Like, how can you not love wrestling? Like, it's a
this,
movie at the same time with fighting. Like, oh my goodness, like it's so much. It's not it's not just an action movie because like you got your different side plots, whether it's like a horror side plot. Like, it's like so many different things that come into wrestling like that people don't understand. Like, they won't get past like, oh, y'all gotta wear tights, oh, y'all wear this. Like, man, listen, it's wrestling. Like I done seen people do worse. This I don't
uh,
gotta worry about y'all, man.
the
This
smile when you talk about wrestling is it's very evident. You're a big fan, you're very passionate, you've challenged yourself to pursue like you were describing. You come in day one, you see some of your friends kind of fall off a little more, then you're the only one left. A couple months down the road, you look back and you're like, F yeah, man, I'm still here. So you've challenged yourself as a person, as an athlete, if you will.
mm-hmm.
There's many things to wrestling that people just don't really get, to be honest with you.
Definitely. Like, at the same time, I feel like wrestling takes a lot of skill because like you got to come up with your own outfit. Like, you got to come up with how you're gonna look, who's your character, what's the character about. You're basically like an author, an art designer, a performer, an actor, an athlete. You're doing all this at once, and people won't understand that because they just won't get past the like, is it, it's fake, is this like nah, it's not. It's not that. Like, you, it's so much more than that. Like, oh my
Mhm.
goodness, I'm giving you a live performance, and like all you care about is like I didn't go my hard, like I didn't sit here and actually punch his face in. Like, that's what you care about. And movies, they not sitting there punching somebody's face in, but y'all still go to the movies and cheer it and like, oh yo, that movie when we go see it, yeah. But nah, like I'm sitting here giving this you live, like live and in the flesh. Like, I'm not a stunt double. It's me when I go out there. I'm performing my own stunts. I'ma actually get hurt. Like, you feel me? Like, I got to do this on my own. Like,
Mhm.
so I take pride in this. I'm happy. Like,
Mr. Nick Payne, I know is going to end up watching this episode, and I am telling you, he is going to be so proud of just hearing the way you talk about wrestling, the way you talk about the respect that you have for the business and the way you've come up. He is gonna love this, and I know he's gonna watch it. He again may be a little rough around the edges, but I know he's gonna watch this episode.
Yeah. Maybe he's looking back. Like, I'm definitely one of his students. Like, like, so he's gonna look back. Maybe like he gets this. Maybe he might learn something new. It's like, oh, like I didn't know Pika felt this way about wrestling, or like,
Yeah.
People say that whenever I get to talk about wrestling, like I'm passionate, I'm happy. I like because this is where I want to be. Like, this is my end goal. Like, I feel like if I want wrestling or nothing else, like I'm not sitting here at work. I'm not happy. Like, I gotta think wrestling. Like at the end of the day, you come up with different characters. Like, oh, maybe this might work, or like maybe this might bring something new to the table. It's like, you sit here, think different characters. Maybe it might not be for you, or maybe like you could pass it down to somebody. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, it doesn't hurt to see your idea flourish through somebody else. It's like, oh, yo, I helped you, but like, yo, you took it to the next level, yo. I respect that. Like I gotta be like, you gotta. It's like, I don't know how to explain. Like, you have happiness for other people. Like, yes, I want to see people succeed. Like, but at the same time, I'm hungry because I want to be there too. Like, I want to be I don't think I could be a wrestler and not have that hunger. Like, the day I lose this hunger for wrestling, I'm gonna stop. Like, I can't. I'm not ever gonna lose this hunger like this right here. Like, I want to be a wrestler forever. Like, whether it's under this being Tyler Jones, being somebody else, whether I just want to wrestle. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy wrestling.
Now, just a couple quick things before I let you go. Now, you get some wins under your belt as Perfectly Sexy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You get a few more wins. That's kind of bringing you up the ladder in PAPW, if you will. Now, at the top of the ladder, you know who's at the top of the food chain over there at PAPW, my man.
Yeah. We got the House of Pain at the top. But the question is, if we get to the top, are they still at the top? Because somebody new come and knock them down? Or do we get to the top and the House of Pain is still at the top, right? And we do have to fight the House of Pain. I know that's the scenario you want. You got the student versus the teacher. It comes down to that. I'm in the ring with Nick. Oh, the crowd is deadly silent. Maybe they don't know it's student versus teacher, but like, I feel that tension. Like, in my head, it's deadly silent. Like, it's a different focus. Like, I'm in there. Like, it goes back to that moment where it's practice all over again. It's just me and Nick. Nobody is out there. It's Gino's not there. Hakim's not there. It's just me and him in that ring. Like, and then, I got to do what I got to do. And like, I'm not going to sit there. You feel me? Maybe he may have taught me a lot of things, but at the same time, I left the nest. Like, I traveled on my own. I went out to different places. I do training on my own sometimes. I got some tricks up my sleeve he may not know about. I know he got some tricks. He's been around. Like, I'm not going to knock him. He's been around the game. He got some tricks up his sleeve, but who knows? I might have a better trick. I might, what's a David Blaine to Chris Angels?
Okay.
Like, what's a Houdini? Like, if I'm a Houdini, give me another great magician that's gonna escape out of something I could do.
Exactly. Houdini? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if I have a better game plan than Nick Payne, does Nick Payne win? Does House of Pain still work out with the titles, or does Perfectly Sexy work out with the titles? What does the fans really need? Are they tired of this reign of terror? Do the fans come bringing that energy where they want to see Perfectly Sexy win? It's all different scenarios, but at the end of the day, I think it's time. I think it's time for some new tag champs. Whether it be, you got your tag teams out there, whether it be any of those guys, or whether it be Perfectly Sexy. I just know, like, I'm tired of seeing them. They've been, how long they've been dominating, just dominating.
Three times.
If we put that all together, how long is they reign? Like, what? Probably years, multiple years, right?
Probably I would imagine.
Right. We give them multiple years. I think it's time for a new champ. I wish Gino was here. He'll tell you it's time for a new champ. I'm pretty sure Waves and Curls feel like it's time for a new champ. Maybe Collusion feel like it's time for a new champ. They maybe want the belts back. Maybe the Haven want the belts, but like, I feel like who wants it more? At the end of the day, I'm trying to give y'all the champions y'all deserve. Y'all deserve nothing less than Perfectly Sexy. Like, I done had so many champions, but do they look as good as me and Gino? Are they Perfectly Sexy? Ask yourselves that. Like, come on.
Wow. Now, I was going to go into a little bit of character.
For one side.
All right.
So just file it up.
Got you.
Already filed one.
Got you. All right.
Are we okay?
Here we go.
Okay.
We straight, we straight.
Yeah. I don't want to
We
get you in
live,
trouble.
baby. We action. We live. Nah.
I was gonna actually talk about a little bit of your character, but I feel that your promo was actually fucking money, and I love all about it. And I almost was gonna end there, but I am very curious. I haven't talked about your character specifically. Um, what's this Tyler Jones going on? Why is it Tyler Jones? Why isn't it something else? Or why did you come to
um,
that?
I came up with Tyler Jones. It's not a tough name. It's a common name, but I came up with it through you like your favorite wrestlers. One of my current favorite wrestlers is Seth Rollins. Definitely a nice athletic guy. So then you go back, you can't be a Seth, like that's like too rip off the name. So you go under his indie name, take his first name, Tyler. Then like I want people to know it's me, like it's actually me. So I'm gonna take my last name, Jones. And that's how I
Okay.
came up with Tyler Jones. But picture perfect, like the picture perfect thing, it's always like, all right, I want to be a model. Like I don't know, like it was more of an artist. That's why I wanted to go under picture perfect. But it was many other names like the Picasso of wrestling, the reflection of perfection. There's so many other names that I had for the name. But it's just like I went with picture perfect because like I want to be able to put people in different positions and like you see the form, the art. Like it's like, oh, like yo, that looks dope.
Now, I did have to go to your Facebook to grab a few pictures so I can use it for an intro. And on a
That's
couple of those
right.
pictures, yeah, one is you surfboarding on somebody at PAPW,
Uh-huh,
and then
uh-huh.
another one is you had him in this cradle thingy that you.
Yes, yes. Like that's what I'm saying. People like I forgot I did that. Maybe I should bring that back. Cradle people. Like I definitely love that. That's another thing. That's something you don't see in wrestling a lot. Like I don't remember the last time you see somebody cradle somebody.
No kidding,
I'm
man.
gonna bring it back up.
Yeah, that's for sure. Those little things, Mr. Jones, those are the things that we remember as fans. That's what brings us into your character and such.
Yeah, like I want y'all to feel as invested. Like I want y'all to believe me. Like when I tell you I'm picture perfect, that's because I am picture perfect. Like I need y'all to understand that. Like I'm gonna put him in a pose so he could pose with me and see that and show y'all I'm picture perfect. Like yeah, that's why I get the little spinning on the apron, sit there, lay down for a little bit, let y'all take y'all pictures.
Yeah.
Like one thing I did it in one match and I didn't bring it back out again because I wasn't being like a continuous bad guy. But if I do get the chance, definitely want to bring it back. Is when I bring out a picture of myself and just put it over a fan's head, like right there, boom. That is my thing. Like I'm picture, like that's what I'm saying. I'm picture perfect. Like if I'm picture perfect, you gotta believe it. And like, what other way you gonna believe it if I cover your face with my face? So now you're picture perfect. Like I just made you perfect. No need for life post-suction, none of that. Bag over the face, boom, instantly. People
Wow.
love you. Yeah, yo.
Oh man, that's amazing. I love that. But that's when you're doing a heel gimmick, right? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. Yeah, if maybe I can, maybe I don't know if the fans love it. Like if the fans go crazy enough for it, like Pika. Oh no, well Pika never. They ain't gonna go for Pika. Tyler, right? Pika. That'd be funny. That happened during a match once. I introduced people as as Pika. I was like, hey, my name is Pika, and like they called me out in the ring, Pika Jones. I was like, oh crap. But yeah, like if they go out there and they chant Tyler, yo, put a bag over my face, and I do it in a heartbeat. I got you. I'm gonna pull a bag out of nowhere, picture my face, and sign it.
That is awesome.
Nice
Oh
and
my
easy.
God. uh, Tyler Jones, you have been an absolute delight to cap off this whole run that I have done of
Oh man, I had fun.
115 interviews, my friend.
115. That's a lot. You got to give yourself a round of applause for that one. Come on, come on.
Oh,
Clap it up
thank
for
you, bro.
yourself.
Oh,
Clap it up.
thank you, brother. I really
That was
appreciate
amazing.
that. Thank you.
115. How many weeks? How many weeks?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Look at that. 115 interviews in 5 weeks. I don't know who's doing that, but you're doing it. You're out here killing the game. You need a rest. When we come back, you got to come back. We need you back.
Oh, yeah, oh,
Maybe
yeah. I'm taking a break. But in the meantime, while I'm taking a break, I do this thing called the Fan Roundtable, and
okay.
I have special guests coming, surprise guests. I never tell the fans that are
All right,
coming
all
on.
right.
I never
That's
tell
dope.
them who's coming in because it's wrestling. We like to be
Yeah,
surprised.
I love it, love it.
Maybe one of these days, I can have you as a surprise guest, and you can hang out with the fans.
Oh man, I love it. I love to hang out with the fans. It's a different
Yeah.
connection. Like definitely, I love to do that. Hang out
Oh,
with the fans. What?
yeah.
I get to be perfect with me. What?
Yeah.
I get to change your whole perspective. Like you step into a
Yeah.
different realm. This is a different
Mhm.
level of energy. You've never seen this before. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like,
That's right.
what is this? Like I need to
Yes.
be around this all the time. Like and
That's
I'm
what I'm
just gonna
talking
show you a little bit of like a little piece of perfection just so like you can understand. And once I show you, you're gonna want to come back for more and more and more.
about. Man,
So
that's
like
what
I
I'm talking
say,
about, boys and girls. You gotta look them up, uh, check them out. We gotta when you go to Paradise Alley, make sure so you gotta if you want to do the if you want to do the wiggle, I guess, but I don't really prefer it. So I mean, do what you guys want to do. But Mr. Jones has fun. He said he's got a little work to do on the old wiggle action.
working.
So
Yeah,
you
little
work
work.
on that. Yeah, you work on that, and Mr. Jones, you have been an absolute delight
Oh
spending time with
wait,
us.
hold on. You can't
Uh,
escape this. We gonna wiggle
oh,
together.
come on.
We got
I was trying.
I'm sorry guys, what a way to end it, right? Just abruptly, like midway through the call, just end it. Boom! Like I unplugged my headphones so I can hear him and show y'all my wiggle with him. So like we can wiggle together. So I guess I'm gonna have to do like the little standing version.
I was this close, boys and girls, of getting out of the wiggle. He called
Nah,
for.
he's not out of the wiggle. He's not out of this. I'm on him. I'm on him. So I don't mind the background once again,
All right. So we got to move
Here we
some
go.
stuff.
Here we
Oh,
go. Here we go. You ready? Ready? You gotta squat a little look, get the hips ready, and then yeah, wiggle, wiggle, baby. Yeah, there we go. And that's how you close out the show. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and the best host, the last, the only, the official, the perfectly sexy. You know it. Yours truly, Tyler Jones. And we out, baby.